So the Academic Success Center launched in June of 2014. And in the beginning, I was an academic writing coach. And during that time, our sessions were focused on assisting students with writing and statistics assignments. So it was very assignment focused, very tutoring focused. And then in 2016, following a very robust needs assessment with our faculty and through the literature, we had a major paradigm shift where we shifted our focus from a tutoring model to an academic coaching focused model, where we're focused on the skills that students need to develop, the academic skills students need to develop to achieve their goals in their course of study. So we usually focus on the ILOs of quantitative reasoning and written communication, which basically breaks down to writing skills and statistics. Previously, it was just we wanted to support the student with getting this deliverable completed, just with completing maybe even just the course. But now it's throughout the whole program. What does the student need to be successful? And it's not our definition of success. It's not the university's definition of success. It's the student's definition of success. And because we want to support students in developing their identities as scholars and as practitioners in their field. So it's very important that we stay focused on what the literature tells us and what the needs are of our, not just our student body, but of our faculty as well. We support written communication, which can include scholarly writing. We offer sessions in paraphrasing and sentence development through all the way through to maybe developing your problem statement, purpose statement, and then on into writing up your analysis and preparing to defend for a dissertation. We do the same thing with statistics, where we might start with variables. And what is a variable? What are quantitative methods that might be used? The research designs, both for quantitative and qualitative. And then we can coach students, and if faculty are interested in learning new skills in areas that are outside of their wheelhouse, we can assist with that as well. But in areas of running some analysis, whether in statistics, whether it's a t-test, all the way through regressions and correlations, maybe some of the Hayes processes, so and structural equation modeling, all of those things we support with. The Academic Success Center offers our Ask a Coach services, which are available 24/7 for students to ask questions asynchronously. And those questions are answered by the first available coach with expertise in that area. And students can contact us using that platform, whether it's through form, email, or even a text message, because sometimes they're not on their computer. They're just working on beside their phone. And so we are always available that way, 24/7. And then we also offer our Ask a Coach service, which is a on-demand type of coaching where a student can ask questions synchronously from an academic coach, and if the question is maybe better answered through a short meeting, then the coach and the student that are chatting can jump into a quick screen share Zoom session to discuss those items. And if it's something that needs longer term, we can work with the student to make sure that the student has the help they need right that moment, and then schedule a scheduled coaching session so the student can continue that skill development. All of our scheduled coaching sessions are recorded, So any live session that the student has with a coach, that way the student and the coach can have a conversation. And then the student is provided that link as part of their coaching plan that they receive at the end of the session. And then with our recorded sessions, of course, the coach will provide written feedback on a document, and then the coach also provides verbal feedback that highlights some of the areas and maybe go more in depth in areas where the student might need additional support. And then, of course, our group sessions, our multimodal group, small group sessions, those are also recorded each week, and that recording is provided to the students that are in attendance that week. My advice would be to come early, come often, and don't think that asking for assistance is meaning that you in any way are lacking something. It just means that you want to be a better student, you want to be a better scholar. And we're here to walk beside you. We often tell students that when they enter our doors, they have joined the ASC family. And as such, we will be their greatest allies in cheering them on as they develop their academic skills. And we will be there to support them until they basically kick us to the curb and say, we don't want you around anymore. But we're there to offer these tiers of service so that each student has a personalized, meaningful learning experience. So we want students to, from the very beginning, become acquainted with all of our written resources, all the tools we have available, because we do strive to provide multimodal tools and resources that are accessible to all students. And to begin using those, and then we can use those and incorporate those, whether it be through our Ask a Coach service to supply those resources to students and discuss them more in depth, or to incorporate those resources into live coaching sessions or scheduled coaching sessions. And just depending on where the student's at in their specific skill development needs, we can mix and match all of the different services to make sure that the student's getting the type of assistance that they need when they need it. And they always can be looking forward to what that next step is. And that's what separates what we do in the Academic Success Center now as far as academic coaching versus just the tutoring model. Traditionally, what the research says is that students often feel like coming for academic support means that they are failing in some way, or they're not good enough, or they don't measure up, or some of them even use the terminology that they feel stupid. And that's not the case. Every student that comes to us, they have some knowledge about the concept or the skill that they're trying to develop, but it's like driving a car. You didn't learn how to drive in one giant instance. It takes time, it takes practice. And that's the other thing we do in the Academic Success Center. We allow students to practice those skills in a way that they're not having to hand in a paper for a grade. So it's low stakes. And so we try to normalize that experience so that students do not think that they're not measuring up and that's why they have to come. Watching how the team interacts with the students and watching those students walk across the stage or achieve their goals, that is the greatest thing, because that means it's happened. It's the magic has happened. And that's what we say about the ASC. It's the place where magic happens. And even if it's a student saying, wow, I did it. I was able to look at statistics for one area. The students able to say, I was able to complete that statistics course. And when I started, I was in tears. And now I understand. And now I can read the literature and understand some of the statistics that's being discussed within the research studies. Their life is forever changed. And I know we often think about the ripples of a pond when it comes to learning, but this goes beyond just ripples. When a coach and a student connect, not only is that student's life changed, but everyone that that student comes in contact with from that point forward, their life is changed. And it's more than a ripple, it's a tsunami. And it keeps going and going. And so to me, that's the greatest gift. I think, to use a term that's probably been used within the Army and such, is to be the best they can be in their field. And that's exactly it. They want to be the best. And each student that comes to us has the capability of being the best. And they just need to unlock those doors. So they come to the Academic Success Center to unlock the doors and to achieve greatness.